Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt here. This is a personal update for 24th of November 2025. The reason why I'm making this video is so people have an understanding why there is a conflict, an active conflict between myself, the Australian Signals Directorate, the Australian Army, and different government agencies. Okay? And I it's the most stupid bullshit. It is the most stupid bullshit. So, around 3 years ago, I moved to Canberra. At this time, I am working around 12 hours a day, many days of the week, or at least I'm working every single fucking day. Okay, and what I am doing at that time is I'm doing advocacy work while doing a soul crushing corporate job as I'm trying to certify as a psych. Okay? And what I am dealing with on top of that, like, because I'm kind of curious about something. I'm curious about this guy called Michael Armstrong. And he was associated with a club I did Brazilian Jiu Jitsu with in Toowoomba. And he was doing stuff with veterans. Like, I have an interest in veteran mental health. I have some background in Navy. I don't emphasize it too much. And what ends up happening is that him and I become good friends. I train at his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. And put plainly, I am better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu than most of the people there. And that's just because it takes a while to get decent at it. The issue is, the biggest issue though, and this is the scary thing, is that these people are Canberrans, and these people work for the Australian Signals Directorate. Okay? And the reason why we end up with this very strange group of people, like this particular clientele, is because Michael Armstrong's background and the people he's able, just by nature of his connections that he brings into his gym, are these cyber warfare hacker people. Because his background was managing the offensive cyber warfare program for the Australian Army. And then, when he came to Canberra, his job was to integrate the Australian Army's offensive cyber warfare capabilities with the Australian Signals Directorate, which is our version of the NSA's capabilities as well. Okay? And what happens is that the people who I'm training jiu-jitsu with, who I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping is going to be my activity which helps keep me stable while I'm dealing with the insane stresses in my life, because I'm always up at this level. This is what I'm always at. It's always at this level. Now, what happens is that these people begin committing cyber attacks, penetration tests. They end up fucking with me and my life because I was better at them at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And the harassment, this isn't your normal harassment. This isn't your normal cyberbullying, okay? This is something you can't escape, because hypothetically you can escape cyberbullying by just getting off social media. This isn't on social media. Like, this is in every application. This is in my Excel document. This is in the videos I upload, because they do get edited by these people. This is in my Google Keeps documents. This is in everything. They will fuck with it to give themselves some feeling, like, just because they can, really. Because they're hackers. This is what they do for fun. And having collided with this terrible community, my life is never going to be okay until I get them the fuck out of it. Okay? And because I'm not going to be able to, in practical terms, move on with my life. All right? So what I have had to do is I brought out some behaviors. Like, so first of all, I confronted Michael Armstrong saying, hey, we've got some cultural issues in your gym. All right. Uh, we need to talk to we need to hand this up to the police or something. Okay. And he's not interested in doing that. He puts his head in the sand. He's in complete denial about things. Michael Armstrong has an incredible psychology. Now, and Michael Armstrong, he's the guy who was running this gym. And eventually I realized, okay, I'm going to have to... This entire thing here, it's pretty disgusting. I can't get on with my life until this moves along. And the other thing is that Michael grew up in a cult. And in all seriousness, he was running a cult at that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. It was a very strange culture. But what I do is I engage in some behaviours to draw out the association between the people in the Australian Signals Directorate and Michael, and that Michael had authority over these people and was actively influencing the behaviour of the Signals Directorate and other things, but it was in his interests rather than in national interests. And also, this also brought to light the people who had originally abused me using the cyber warfare utilities at the Australian Signals Directorate. So I ended up winning that, but the abuse doesn't stop, because what ends up happening is that, we abused you, you successfully communicated to us that we abused you and that we did something terrible, but we don't fucking like it, so we've got to keep fucking abusing you. And that's what these fuckers are like. They don't ever fucking stop. It's just... It's because they're fucking terrible fucking people. They've found a job where they can be assholes for a living, and they're thrilled about it. And it's not something where I can rock up to the police station or sit down go to ASD headquarters and explain, hey, pull your fucking head in here, right? It's the level of coercive control and abuse which is truly horrifying. And I am deeply concerned if the people who have been involved in the offences at the ASD end do not face real, as in they actually go to a prison cell. Like, you need to go and be locked up. Like, you need to fucking go. You fucked up as bad as you fucking could, right? It was a terrible thing that these people did. Truly heinous. And I'm sure that they've tried to come up with a fall guy who can do it at, the most dignified way, and come up with the most dignified narrative for why they did it. Because it was more than just one of the people involved. And what happened is that there were some people who were involved with who were active members of the Australian Signals Directorate or active members of Army, and that there were people who weren't, but they all kind of grouped together, and it was just so fucked. And yeah, no, it was shit. But the other thing is that there was also a mentorship program. So it was just an overt case of state corruption, because I got access to these mentors such as Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, and these people. And that was what a lot of the other guys there got as well, because we had these relationships with, gyms overseas and things like that. But it was kind of also facilitated through the Australian Signals Directorate and Army. And myself as a civilian, it was really strange, because I got these opportunities to, say, collaborate with Jordan Peterson, and we did this work on artificial intelligence, which I'm claiming my cut from that, Jordan. Where's my fucking money, mate? I'm not interested in being a tool that you get to prod along. Like, I provided you substantial value. Pay the fuck up, right? It's not okay what you've done. Returning to the point, like, you've got like, how the fuck did that happen? It's like you didn't. I didn't ask for it. It was kind of forced on me, and then I made the best of that situation. And then I have these other things as well. It was just a shit show, and it reminded me of this American general who who got a Rolling Stones journalist, and then he hired a fucking tour bus like a rock band, and he went through the United States with part of his command team and just partied and gave that as an update to the people back home. And then when the journalist wrote everything he saw, the general was like really surprised why the journalist wrote everything he saw, and was really surprised that what he did was not a good look, and was also really surprised why he then lost his fucking job. And I see all of these things, all of these behaviours as what's going on with these people at the Australian Signals Directorate and Army. And they exist within a culture of cover-up. They exist in a framework which dissuades accountability. And a couple of people in this story need to go to prison. And all I want for them is to just leave me alone. Because the only reason why I have an issue with them is because they've had an issue with me, and they fucking started it. I want my cut from the work with Jordan. Like, you guys have abused me so fucking much. You put me in a situation there which I didn't ask for, and I turned it into something useful for myself. And the amount of damage these people have done to my life, it's okay if I get a little bit of something out of it. I also own the intellectual property for a community art project called Taco, right? Which I do run as a community development exercise, but it is privately owned, right? Anyway, have a lovely day, everyone.